Hello ACCB 129 students. I am now going to do a video regarding your mini practice set. This mini practice set is a required portion of the class, and if you do not complete it, you will not be passing the course. It is located at the very end of Chapter 6 in your textbook, located on page 186. Again, 186. And it's 186, 187, and in your workbook it's on page 137. 137. And in your workbook you have pages that look exactly like this. And these will be the pages that you will be required to complete. Mine happen to be in Excel, but yours are in your workbook. So it looks like we have several general ledger pages, or general journal pages, several general ledger pages, and then it looks like we have some room, we have the worksheet, and then we have some room to create some financial statements. And you will use all of these, and like I said, these are in your workbook starting on page 137. So now let's take a moment and look at the requirements for this project. Okay, here's a copy of the grading rubric. It is provided to you out on Blackboard under the Mini Practice Set 1 folder under Chapters. And this tells you exactly everything that you need. And this project has several due dates that you need to be aware of. So one of the very first due dates is on Friday, February 28th. You must have all of your journal entries and ledgers complete and sent to me. If you are my on-campus students, we will do that journal and ledger check during class. If you are my online students, you must make arrangements to scan those in and email them to me by midnight. You can make a copy and mail them to me, but they need to arrive in my office before the deadline, or you may stop by and make arrangements to do that. You are responsible for getting the information to me by the due dates listed right here on this grading rubric. So for instance, on Friday, February 28th, it says all journal entries and completed ledgers must be checked by the instructor. So back over on your textbook on page 186, you must have completed 1, 2, and 3. That is numbers 1, 2, and 3 listed on page 186. And here in a moment I'll show you kind of how to get started on this project, but again, it's your responsibility. So for March 3rd, you will have completed 4, all of 5, and number 6. 4, 5, and 6 on page 186. And then the entire project is due on Wednesday, March 5th. So when you submit it to me on, let's say, March 3rd, I will double check your worksheet, make sure everything is in balance, and get it back to you probably Tuesday fairly early in the morning. So it's worth 150 points of your grade. So your project must be done in pencil, and it says that right here. Pencil. Must be done in pencil. All your journal entries must be correct. They must be in general journal form, and we've talked about that for a couple of chapters. Your ledgers must be completed correctly. So if you need more information about this project, please look at the grading rubric or send me an email. And now I'm going to show you just a little bit on how to get started on this project. So I'm going to hit pause and I will be right back with you. Okay, so step 1 of the mini practice set on page 186 says open the general ledger accounts and enter the balances for January 1st. Obtain the necessary figures from the post-closing trial balance prepared on December 31st on page 166. So when it says open the ledgers, we come over here and we find our first ledgers. And we begin copying the ledgers, or the accounts right from the chart above. So our very first count is cash, and it has account number 101. My next account is accounts receivable, and it has 111. Supplies, 121. And you're going to do this for the everything on this list. The entire list must be opened in the ledgers. Next, you're going to turn in your textbook to page 166. Again, page 166. And at the top of page 166, there is a list of a post-closing trial balance, and it's got some account balances. So it tells us that our January 1st balance, because our December 31st and our January 1st balances are going to be the same, has a balance of 111,350 of a debit balance. On cash, it also gives us a balance for accounts receivable. You're going to do this same process that I'm doing right here for every single account that is listed on that post-closing trial balance. So that will get you started, and once you're completed with that process, you have completed step 1. So you're well on your way to finishing your project. Then you'll do number 2, and to do number 2, you're going to journalize all of the transactions in this general journal. Remember, I want general journal form. Debits go against this line, credits are indented, everything has a description. Okay, and also I have provided you with check figures. And let me pull those up really quick to show you exactly. These are available out on Blackboard. And here is what check figures look like. Give me just a moment. Okay, and here's a copy of the check figures, and I've given you, like on January 31st, your cash ledger balance should be $150,775. On January 27th, it's this amount. January 31st, again, this entire document is available out on Blackboard. I've given you what your net income should be. I've given you what your adjusted trial balance on your worksheet. Notice this says adjusted trial balance. So on the worksheet, there's lots of columns. That is the adjusted trial balance on the worksheet. I've given you your net income. And so this is to help you along and make sure that you are on track. Again, I cannot stress enough that it is your responsibility to get all the items to me by their due dates listed right here on the grading rubric and also listed on your updated course schedule by these due dates so that I can have them graded and back to you in a timely fashion. And if at any point you're working ahead on this project, you are more than welcome to send me this information ahead of time, and I'll be more than happy to look at it, grade it, and get it sent back to you. Best of luck on your mini practice set, and I look forward to assisting you in any way I can. Thank you so much.